So far, 2020.
Oh, beat me up, dude. I'd let him shit on me. I don't give a f, dude.
2025 has been pretty dry when it comes to new MMO releases.
You know what isn't dry though?
And initially, it was looking like one of those years where we don't actually have anything big release, with Arcade Chronicles being delayed until 2026. Recently, however, things have changed, with all signs pointing to Chrono Odyssey being the...
This is our next big MMO, chat. I'm gonna go hard on Chrono Odyssey. I'm going hard on Chrono Odyssey.
Big AAA MMORPG release of this year after they shared
my next game. No, you're not allowed to get
Twitter.
this game. You're gonna shit all over it.
Aside from that, Chrono Odyssey playtest signups have recently become available on Steam, and in a recent Kakao Games investor report, it was said that the closed beta testing is going to be in the first half of 2025. So,
wait, how old is this video? A day ago.
Very, very soon. With Kakao Games publishing both Arcade Chronicles and Chrono
I like how he pretends like he hasn't already played this.
Odyssey, it doesn't make sense to release them both at the same time, with these games sharing a similar audience. Considering we already know that Arcade Chronicles is releasing in the first half of 2026, it
he
makes
looks like a
perfect sense that
passive.
Chrono Odyssey
Hey,
will
he looks like
target
a real
Q4
man.
2025
Stop
release.
it.
Oh, it's also worth mentioning that NCSoft recently went live with their Aeon 2 website and will be giving us more information on that game later this month. Apparently, Aeon 2 is going to be releasing in Q4 2025 to Q1 2026 in Korea first, with a global release later on. But given NCSoft's recent trend of releasing MMOs with real money auction houses, and Aeon 2 being mobile crossplay, it's likely not going to be a game that will compete with the releases of Chrono Odyssey and Arcade Chronicles, which seems to be more PC focused. In this video, we'll discuss everything that's publicly known about Chrono Odyssey so far, as well as my hopes and expectations for the game. But first, support the content by listening to today's sponsor. On Monday, a brand new anime open world
he changed his
RPG was
shirt.
revealed to the world called Silver Palace, and it looks gorgeous.
You know what I like? I like his chest hair poking out like this. I love chest hair.
Anime open world RPG was revealed to the world called Silver Palace, and it looks gorgeous. In the trailers, we saw a massive Victorian themed metropolis set within the game's unique gothic fairy tale aesthetic.
Stop being horny. Hey, you guys were just drooling over a muffin 5 minutes ago. Can I get some fucking drooling too?
Flying mounts, old cars, streets packed with NPCs, and next-gen anime graphics with the game utilizing Unreal Engine 5. As far as anime RPGs go, Silver Palace has quite a unique theme in that in this game you take on the role of a detective. I trim my
chest hair, to be honest.
We can see in the
you trim your chest hair, and earlier you say there's a lot of gays in my chat.
Trailer that you can analyze different NPCs to uncover enemies, some of whom are disguised as civilians. My favorite part of the gameplay trailer was seeing that you can actually drift on your horse, as well as traverse the city with these grapple lines. Most importantly though, the game seems to have a cast of characters including waifus that are clearly full of personality. As far as gameplay goes, it's lightning fast action combat where you're able to use both melee weapons and guns, as well as perform stylish execution abilities to finish enemies once they're low on health. In this scene here, we've got an epic boss fight that shows off the game's parry mechanics, which seem to build up the boss's break bar. I do love a good parry mechanic, so for me, this is looking really good. TLDR, hot characters.
Wait, is he sponsored to talk about this game? Why are we talking about this game mid video?
World and theme, great anime aesthetic, and combat that looks very good. Thanks to Silver Palace for sharing this gameplay footage early and sponsoring this video, and make sure to keep this game on your radar by following them on their socials linked in the description below. So, Chrono Odyssey, what's known about this game so far?
Let's see, what is known?
Well, quite a lot if you dig through the game's various trailers and articles over the years, as well as listen to the recent Kakao Investors call. Chrono Odyssey was initially announced 5 years ago, and during that time developed fairly quietly, opting to not hype the game.
Oh my lord, chat, the graphics of this game.
Years out from a full release, which is definitely the best approach in my opinion. Over the years, they released multiple trailers, Twitter posts, and interviews with various press.
That game looks
talking
so
about
good,
and showing off
chat.
the game's world, combat system, theme, and classes. When it comes to combat, Chrono Odyssey features a true real-time action combat system. In this game, every class can equip and switch between 2 weapons at once in the middle of combat with the game's weapon switching system. You'll be able to dodge, block, and blink to avoid enemy attacks. And aside from your standard attacks, we can also see that each class has its own abilities. When I first saw the
his
gameplay
mouth
trailers
isn't
for Chrono
symmetrical.
Odyssey, my initial reaction...
Okay, look, I was just joking about calling you gay because you trim your chest hair, but now you're talking about his symmetrical mouth. Now that is the gayest thing you've said.
Was this looks like Dark Souls style combat. You can clearly see that there's no soft target system pointing your character in the direction
Ain't
of the
no
enemy.
straight man
The only
worried
other
about
MMO
another
that
man's
has this more
symmetrical
grounded
face, bro.
Souls-style action combat system is New World. Given that Korean MMOs are known for having the best action combat, I'm expecting a combat system that's similar to New World but better in every way.
There's no way a straight guy is concerned about a symmetricality of a guy's mouth.
6 classes: the Swordsman, Ranger, Sorcerer, Paladin, Berserker, and Assassin. These classes will not be gender locked according to the game's Steam page, and you'll be able to customize your character.
Ooh, that's me. That's me when I wake up in the morning.
A level of freedom.
No human is symmetrical.
Body types,
Definitely not my
hairstyles,
penis.
makeup, scars, and probably a lot more. Korean MMOs basically always have S-tier character creators, so I wouldn't expect this one to be
That's not a
any
bad.
different.
No, this guy is good looking.
When it comes to the weapons,
100%.
we've seen the following shown
I
in
bet
various
you
footage and images for the
he
game
had
over
a
the
date
years.
just
Some
last
of these
week.
may or may not make
I
it into the
bet.
final game. Sword and shield, greatsword, longsword, rapier, mace,
What
tower
did he
shield,
say?
spear,
A
bow,
raper?
crossbow, staff, spellbook, dual axes, great axe, dual daggers, and rifle. How about the world? Is it open world or instanced?
Open.
So far, the game probably sounds like an action RPG MMO light, and looking at the trailers initially, I wasn't sure if this was just going to be a modern Vindictus or something.
Is
Good
the game
news,
from
Chrono
the
Odyssey
video
is
dudes?
indeed a
No.
full MMORPG with a large open world consisting of many different biomes,
No,
including
this is
grasslands,
from,
snowlands,
NC Soft.
swamps, and more. This game also isn't just about the combat either. You'll be able to take a break from the action and chill
Pixel.
out with some life skills in the open world in the form of harvesting, logging,
Sorry.
mining, and skinning. These activities will give you resources
published
that you
by
can use to
Kakao.
craft new equipment and consumables.
Published by Kakao, sorry.
So what type of content can we expect to see in Chrono Odyssey? PvE seems to be a big focus of this game so far, with the game's Steam page specifically mentioning the game will have dungeons and raids. What's interesting here is that it also says if you're
Hello,
strong
Leo.
enough, these dungeons and raids might be possible to clear solo. This further backs up that
Ooh.
the game will have a true action combat system, as surely the only
Ooh.
way you could solo a raid boss would be by perfectly dodging all of its attacks. On the Steam page, PvP content is mentioned, but only briefly, and it's super vague. I asked Grok to search for information on the PvP stuff, but it didn't come out with anything concrete. PvP is a
Damn,
big part
chat,
of
look at
most
this world boss battle. This is our next MMO chat.
briefly, and
If you
it's
guys are
super
just
vague.
tuning in.
I asked Grok to search for information on the PvP stuff, but it didn't come out with anything concrete. PvP is a big part of most Korean MMOs though, so I guess we'll have to wait to find out more on this later on. What's
The
most
theme.
intriguing about Chrono Odyssey is this game's theme. This is a dark fantasy MMO, and gore is listed as one of the top tags for this game on Steam, as we can see from the gameplay trailers that clearly show blood when you attack. Chrono Odyssey's theme is clearly centered around the concept of time.
I
In
love
this
the
gameplay,
aesthetics
you'll
of
be
this
using an
game, dude.
artifact called a
This
chronotector,
dark.
which allows them to stop time around monsters or rewind time to explore past generations of the open world before environmental and historical
How are you?
events
Hello,
change the
Nazitra.
landscape.
I'm great. Thank
Enemies
you.
in this game also look quite creepy. They're void-like temporal enemies that often lack facial features. Other enemy types seem to include demons, skeletons, animals, dragons, and colossal beasts.
Colossal beast. My thoughts.
So what are my thoughts? So far, Chrono Odyssey looks great and is without a doubt one of the biggest upcoming MMO releases on the horizon.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Here's the thing. It's a Korean MMO. The biggest question I have is how pay to win will this game be? We already know Chrono Odyssey is confirmed to be a buy-to-play game, so that means it will definitely have a cash shop to support the ongoing development costs of updates. Chrono Odyssey is developed by NPixel, the developers behind Grand Saga, which was a pay-to-win game, and it's being published by Kakao Games, who also have a bad reputation when it comes to monetization. Regardless of the game likely being paid to win, I do think Chrono Odyssey will still be worth playing for the first few months of its release.
I don't know.
Unlike a lot of Korean MMOs, this one seems to be going for a global launch right off the bat, so everyone will be going in blind at the same time.
I'll say it. I'm a small pay-to-win gamer.
MMOs release in Korea first, then globally.
I mean, honestly, a lot of people pay to win.
Players already knowing the meta.
A lot of us don't mind either.
Money-making strats before a game's even released. But that shouldn't be the case here, so hopefully we'll all be able to go in and enjoy it together.
Global launch,
even
chat!
if it's only temporary. But that's it for this video. I'll try to keep you guys posted with the latest Chrono Odyssey news as it comes out. I also plan on doing a first impressions vid as soon as it's playable with no NDA. Also, probably a good idea to go sign up for the playtest on
with no NDA.
Steam, as that should be dropping really soon.
Yeah, I can't wait to play this game too, chat, with a no NDA to tell you guys.
Let me know your thoughts on Chrono Odyssey so far in the comments below. And
yeah,
also,
I can't wait to play this game for the first time. It's gonna be great. Ugh, you're still here. Well, I guess just hit that subscribe button, yeah? Come on. Don't make me say it again. Please?